Adi Chugh, founder and CEO of Maverick Commercial Properties, one of the top debt brokers in New York City. Adi, thank you so much for being with us.
Hiten, thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing? How's business?
Business overall has been very, very interesting in the last, call it 9 months of this year.
What does interesting mean?
It's been very, very challenging because the capital markets are very unpredictable. I think coming into 2016, everybody was very skeptical. Obviously, everybody thought that the condo market had sort of peaked out and land was at all-time highs. So everybody knew that there would be a slowdown there, but I think just the overall uncertainty in the market environment nationally and
globally as well, right? Yeah.
Globally as well, with the Brexit happening and with just instability in China, in Latin America, you know, people thought there's like a lot of buyers who are going to buy the high-end condos, but it was a very unquantified pool. So I think everybody has sort of dialed back their aspirations.
So what happened? Was there just a period in 12, 13, 14 where developers just weren't aware of the numbers or the supply? They just started drawing up these massive plans to build luxury apartments, asking 4, 4.5, 5, 6. What happened there? Was this just bad thinking on their part, or what?
I think it was, you know, it's like you start somebody from breakfast, lunch, and dinner the day before, and then you suddenly open them to a buffet. So, you know, they try to finish everything off during breakfast, didn't save any appetite for lunch or dinner. When the financing markets opened up, obviously condo was something that everybody thought is a good way to make fees, and obviously there was a lack of supply. So everybody said, okay, let's go build condos because lack of supply is a lot of demand. Not to forget that New York is one of the best global markets, period. Having said that, I think just a lot of people came online at the same time, and a lot of developers, both existing and new developers, you know, just cluttered the market. I heard a beautiful line in a meeting sometime back, and it said, please tell me what is the best thing about this piece of real estate besides the fact that you own it, you know? And that is a question that I ask a lot of my guys to answer as well. And so I think in a nutshell, on the condo side, look, there's a saturation, there's no question about it. People have pulled back. Yes, the $2,000, $2,100, sub $2,100 segment's going to do well because also the smaller unit size, because, you know, it's called affordable luxury now. The definition of affordable and luxury has changed.
Sure.
But yes, there is a demand for that.
So recently there's been this influx of developers who are acting as lenders, you know, getting into the mezzanine loan space. You've got people like Kushner Companies, RXR, Vornado as well at HFC's project. What do you think the thinking is there?
They are thoroughbred developers who understand how to build a building right from ground up. But at the same time, they are all of the same opinion that the market is saturated, the prices have peaked, and they don't want to take $1,700, $1,800, $2,000, you know, price per foot basis, equity basis risk anymore. But at the same time, they are not one-trick ponies because they know how to build a building, and they have a very good understanding of where they want to be in the capital stack. So they're saying, look, you want to be at $2,000 a foot? Mr. Developer, no problem. You know, may God bless you, and may you make your $2,700, $2,800 per foot, you know, projected sale. However, I'm going to be at $1,600, $1,650 because the bank's not lending you more than 60, 65% max. By the way, a lot of banks have pulled back from that as well. But just traditional banks are 60, 65 on a condo. That 65 to 80, 85% space because of lack of LPs today there's a big void in there. And developers saying, am I going to be okay owning this piece of land or eventually development at, call it 80, 85% off the 16, 17?
Probably, right? In many cases.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why not? And by the way, while my money's out there, I'm also getting a guaranteed return for it. You know, this is not low double digits or high single digits money. This is mid double digits.
And do banks like the fact that these are people like RXR and Kushner moving into the space?
You have a Kushner or a Naftali or RXR. These are very, very well established and well capitalized institutions with a lot of experience to execute. You know, I was giving it's very funny you asked the question. I was giving an analogy to a friend who's in the restaurant business just last night about the same concept. And I said, if you're making chicken curry and halfway through you decide that it's not going to taste really good and you run away, it's very hard for the next chef to come and finish it off because he doesn't know what you put in it.
Sure.
And you don't know what the outcome will be. So therefore, you need to partner with another chef who can come and finish your uncooked food. Very similar to the development business. You know, it's hard for a guy like myself who's a finance expert, understand the financing business, to come and say, oh, let me put some mezz money out there. That will not give the bank too much comfort except the fact that I have money. It's all about layers of protection. right? So you have a general contractor, you have a GMP, you have a completion guarantee, but at the end of the day, that's only going to go so far if the market goes down. But if you have very credible guys who are well capitalized, it gives a lot of comfort to the bank to have that extra safety net.
How much impact is regulation having? Things like the HVC, RE regulation, Basel III.
Especially on construction deals that we see, or land transaction where somebody bought land 5, 6, 7, 10 years back. There's a HVCRE rule. You have to have 15% cash equity in the transaction. So I think that's making an impact, but I think it's a good way to make the borrower prudent. That look, you have to have real skin in the game.